Hi guys, I'm Parnu Mangana and welcome to the pickle. This is the second episode of my podcast. I hope you enjoyed the first one. Let's start our second episode. Let me ask you a question. Who do you think loves you the most? Close your eyes for a minute and think. Who do you love you the most? Your parents? Your boyfriend? Husband? Relatives? Or anyone else? Any name came to your mind? Why do you think that person loves you? Maybe you can't give answers to that question. Maybe you have answers. However, let me show you who loves you the most. If you still close your eyes, just open it now. Go in front of the mirror. Look. Yes, that's the person who loves you the most. No one else loves you other than you. You love yourself just because it's you. But others have reasons. Sometimes we all need other person's attention, affection, can love. We begged. We keep questioning. Why don't you love me? Why don't you care me? Why don't you have time for me? They will give us excuses. Maybe they don't care our question, or maybe they get angry. At the moment like that, what do you do? Maybe you are crying, maybe you also get angry, argued, things happen. Any of you think, if you don't love me, if you don't have time for me, it's okay. But I have time for me. I love myself. Maybe you think it, maybe you are not. However, if you are not in love with yourself, others won't do it for you.
No matter what people perceive of me, I always shine through at the end of the day. So I've had a lot of people try to tear me down.
Sure.
But I'm here. And I've always been myself, and I've always wanted that, and I've been graceful, and I've tried to handle myself with as much class, and it's only because I know how hard I work, and I'm not going to let any of that get to me.
That is Selena Gomez, a popular singer around the world. She came across bizarre moments and she struggled a lot, even she had a lot of money. But still, she shined. How? Just because she loved herself. The video I played previous, she explained it well. Let me tell you a story. This is kind of joke one, but actually there is something you can learn. There was a young man named Max who was very into self-love. He would look in the mirror every day and say, Max, you are amazing. You have got it all together. One day, his friend Jake noticed Max walking around with a big smile, admiring himself in every reflective surface he could find. Store windows, car mirrors, even puddles. Jake said, Max, you have got to stop doing that. You're going to start looking like you think you are a superhero or something. Max grinned and replied, I'm superhero Jake. Jack raised an eyebrow. Okay, and what's your superpower? Max struck a dramatic pose and said, in my own biggest fan. Jack rolled his eyes but couldn't help laughing. Well, if you are your biggest fan, does that mean you are the only one at your concert? Max thought for a moment, then replied, no, my reflection's always in the front row. That's kinda overconfident, but still got the point. Even no one be there for him, but he already there for himself. That's the point. Remember it well, your reflection never leave you. It will be always with you. Do you heard about Muniba Mazari Balok? She was an artist and who else? She was an artist, social activist, anchor, model, singer, and also motivational speaker. Muniba was born in Rahim Khan in southern Punjab in 1987. She went to the Army Public School and later attended the college in her native hometown. But at the age of 18, before she could complete her studies, she had to marry. Because of her family situation, they pressure her, so her only option is marriage. So she did it. But her marriage life was not very happy and calm one. Her husband is not good as she thought. However, in 2008, on 27th February, Muniba and her husband were traveling from Quetta to Rahim Yar Khan and their car was in a crash. She sustained several major injuries, including broken bones in her arm, rib cage, shoulder blade, collarbone, and spine. Because of the spinal injury, her entire lower body paralyzed. She was taken to the nearby hospital and then she was moved to the hospital in Rahim Yar Khan for the post surgeries. In these days, she realized she had a crazy life and her life is not good as she thought. And already her husband didn't want her just because she's paralyzed one, she couldn't have babies, and her husband had to take care of her. They get divorced. Sometimes people get divorced and think my life is end. No dear, it's like a new start for your life. She stopped thinking someone loves her, her husband loves her, her parent loves her. She stopped thinking any of them and she think only about herself. Now, Muniba is a great artist. She said, self-love is all about prioritizing, caring and loving oneself. And I think if you want to live a satisfied and happy life, self-love is very important. Shortly, self-love is about to give priority to yourself, your self-respect and your mental satisfaction. That's Muniba.
We all try to find happiness in our social circle. We always try to surround ourselves with lots and lots of people just because we think that surrounding ourselves with lots and lots of people will make us happy. But that happens when you are unhappy by yourself, when you don't know how to love your own company. So what happens is that when you surround yourself with a lot of people, they want you to change. and then you try really hard to fit in. You change yourself, you try to fit in, but somehow or the other, you are never good enough. Then what should be done? That is where you need to understand that you need to love yourself enough. You need to spend some time alone. You need to love your company, because if you do not love your own company, nobody will.
And there's another man I really appreciated. I'm in love with his books and his motivational speeches. He is Nick Vujicic. Do you ever heard about him? Nicholas James Vujicic. He was born in 1982 at the Australia. Nick had very rare condition that's called phocomelia. Because of this condition, he lost his arms and legs. He only has his body. There is a very small feet. He called it himself as a chicken drumstick. At the very first time his parents saw him, parents decided we can't raise him, so they left him at the hospital. But later on, his parents realized no matter he don't have legs and arms, we will take care of him. So they decided to raise him well. He learned a lot. He learned to do his works alone, even he don't have legs and arms. Nowadays, he even do surfings. Can you believe that? That because he was very confident about himself. According to his autobiography, he said he was bullied at school because of his medical condition. At one point, Vujicic attempted to commit suicide by drowning himself in a bathtub, but he was saved. Paul Vujicic's parents initially struggled with grief and confusion about his condition, but they raised him to look at the bright side of life. He said, self-acceptance and self-love are important but often misunderstood concept these days. You should love yourself as a reflection of God's love and as someone put on this earth to make a unique contribution. Limitless and unstoppable are his books, and there are many more. He already doing some motivational speeches, and he lived a happy life with his wife and children. And trust me, he's so handsome. So remember, self-love isn't about perfection. It's about accepting yourself and treating yourself with the care and respect you deserve. You don't need to be perfect. Maybe you have some confusion. How I start to love myself? If you are struggling in your life, there are some methods to start love yourself. At the very first step, in every morning, go in front of the mirror, say, "Hi, good morning. How are you? I hope you'll have a better life in this day," and say, "I love you." It's a good way to start your day. Trust me. And then you can practice self-compassion. How is that? Be kind to yourself when you even make mistakes. Treat yourself like you would a close friend, offering understanding and patience rather than criticism. Don't criticize yourself. Every time, appreciate yourself. Focus on your strengths. Take time to acknowledge your talents and what makes you unique. Celebrate your achievement, even the small ones. No matter what, just achieve something and celebrate it. And this is something very important. Learn to say no. Sometimes we have problem to say no. That is the bad thing. It's worst. So learn to say no when something doesn't align with your well-being or values. Protecting your energy is a form of self-love. Do things that nourishing your body, mind and soul, whether it's exercising, eating well, meditating, or simply taking time to rest. Maybe you have lot of works. As a woman, we always have lot of works. We have to take care of this. We don't have time for us. We don't have time to rest. Don't ever do that again. You must need time to rest. You must need to relax yourself. Forgive yourself. Let go of the past mistakes. Everyone has them. And they don't define you. You are always capable of growing and evolving. So just say, it's okay. You can do it better next time. You'll be fine. Don't worry. You're fine. Like that, forgive yourself. And think about the people who stay surrounded you. Be mindful of the people and environment you engage with. Surround yourself with supportive and uplifting influences. You must need positive people, positive environment. Negative ones always make you suffer. It is not something you are becoming perfect in overnight. It's okay you have a bad days even after this video. Just think it's the part of process. I'll be fine as soon as. So keep practicing and keep saying that I love you in front of the mirror. So I hope you earned something new from my second episode of Pickle. Let's see you next week.